How's everybody doing today? And as you can see, we're going to be doing Toronto Blue Jays rebuilds. You guys have absolutely loved the two other rebuilds on the channel. If you guys have missed them, go and check them out. They're in the channel. There's also a playlist for them, so you can go back and watch them. There's a Miami Marlins one, and there's also a Philadelphia Phillies one. This is going to be the third one, and it's the Toronto Blue Jays, who you know have Bichette and Guerrero Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr. So definitely gonna be players I want to utilize in the squad right away in this rebuild. So they got a couple decent players. They got Josh Donaldson, Marcus Stroman, Kevin Pillar is pretty decent. So they have some decent pieces. You obviously got Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bichette. So with that being said, this is the squad, and before we get any further into the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new and enjoy the content. Make sure you hit that bell notification icon so you know whenever a video goes live, so you don't miss any, because YouTube, just because you're subscribed to a channel doesn't mean you're gonna see their video in your subscription feed. So make sure you hit that notification button so you know whenever a video goes live. And down below in the in the description, there's my social media links. So there's Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. If you guys ever want to reach out, hit me up with any questions or anything like that, definitely go see what's going on my social media. So let's hop back into this video. Without further ado, we're using the OSFM volume 1.5 or OSFM V 1.5 rosters from the roster vault, just because those are the best ones on the market at the time. Just gonna hop in, do some settings. I'll catch you once I get all the rosters sorted and we get this franchise started. Alrighty, so let's look at the roster real quick. As you can see, Josh Donaldson is our best player with Osuna 3 ratings behind him. But looking at our starting spots, Marcus Stroman's okay, 83 overall, B potential, and so is Aaron Sanchez, 82 overall with B potential, both about the same age, and they definitely can develop, and I can see these two battling it out for our ace. With that being said, the next 3 are in their 30s and only going to get worse. Jaime Garcia is okay for the time being, but A.A. Happ and Marco Estrada definitely need to be moved on, because they're going to dip under the 80 mark pretty soon. Looking at our prospects in the farm system, not many good ones, so it may be just move J.A. Happ and Estrada and find replacements right away. Relief pitching, same thing, age, and we only have 2 MLB players currently that are under the age of 30. Loop and Tempera are okay for time beings, but O, Clippard, and Clippard are just kind of aging and not going to get much better. Osuna's perfectly fine, closer. He's going to be our closer. No moving him at all. Catching wise, again, a theme you're going to see is it's a very old club. Russell Martin, 35, and then we got this catcher Reese McGuire, who's kind of battling it out with Riley Adams for who's going to be the backup at this point. First base, Justin Smoke. I'm thinking about making him the DH and Kendry Morales being the backup first baseman, and you're going to see why in a second. But again, they're both in their 30s, not going to develop much more. Second base, Devon Travis. Again, decent player. He's actually one of the younger ones in the squad, and I definitely could see him being our starting first baseman for the foreseeable future. 81 overall, B potential, and he's 27 years old. Josh Donaldson, 32, and I'm in the past rebuilds, I don't really want to keep around aging players, but he's kind of like one of the best players in the team. He's 94 overall, and yeah, he's gonna develop. He's gonna start decreasing, but I think he's gonna be okay. I'm thinking about moving him to first, making Smoke the Justin Smoke the DH, and then you know what to do. Bring up Vlad Guerrero to play that third base spot, and then Solarte be the backup third baseman, or even move Solarte or Kendry Morales for a trade, just to find some more players, because we do have aging players, and we also have Bo Bichette here who can play that shortstop position, and then we have Aledmus Diaz and Troy Tulowitzki, who Troy Tulowitzki is a fantastic fielder, but he's aging. He's only got 20 speed, and he's not going to get much better, so maybe it's time to move on from him. Keep Diaz as a backup, and then use Bo Bichette as our starter. Left field, again, 37 and 34-year-olds. We need new left fielders. Right fielders, we have, or not right fielders, center fielders, we have Kevin Pillar and Theo Oscar Hernandez, who a potential 68 overall, could be a very good player. He's also got 71 fielding already, and also 73 speed, 69 contact versus righties. He could be a fantastic player within a season or two. Kevin Pillar is going to be our starter for now, but depending on how he develops, Hernandez could be our starting center fielder within a season. Randall Grichuk's going to be our starting right fielder. B potential, 26 years old, pretty good power, and also pretty decent fielding. So for now, we're good on right field. We're good in center field. Left field, I'm looking to improve. Shortstop, we're fine with Bichette. Third base, we're fine with Guerrero Jr. and Donaldson. Second base, Devon Travis is perfectly fine. And first base, we're good because we're going to move Donaldson over and we're going to have Justin Smoke as a backup / DH. So really, it's the left field I want to improve right away. Curtis Granderson's not a bad player, but I'm probably going to use him as a backup. And then I also want to move one of these aging pitchers for this season and bring in a new starting pitcher. And same with some of these aging relievers. So I need a starting pitcher, a reliever, and a left fielder. So let's make some moves. May it be from free agency or from trades. And once I make those trades, I'll catch you guys and I'll let you, I'll fill you in and let you guys know. Alrighty, so the first trade we're doing is, it seems like a ridiculous trade that I'm making, but we're getting a 26-year-old, 85 overall with B potential, Robbie Ray, left-handed pitcher. We're going to be getting rid of these two aging pitchers in Estrada and Happ. So I know we're getting rid of two 80s for an 85, and we're also getting rid of a 71 overall reliever. But he's not in the majors right now, and I really want to get rid of these aging pitchers for the time being, and then immediately make a new, younger addition to this starting lineup. I know I probably could get a lot more for these two starting pitchers, but I don't see him sticking around too long. We replace J.A. Happ as our lefty with Robbie Ray, who's only going to develop into a better pitcher. So let's do it. Let's make the trade. I'm perfectly happy with it. So far, so good. Alrighty, so the one deal I'm going to be making from free agency is part of is it going to be 27-year-old who's got B potential, Henderson Alvarez. Let's see if he takes the 2-year deal. He does. He's got B potential, he's 77 overall. So now our pitching lineup looks pretty solid with the addition of Robbie Ray and also Henderson Alvarez. Whoops. There it is. So we got our two lefties in Ray and Jaime Garcia. Alvarez, Sanchez, and Stroman going to round it all out. Not too bad. Robbie Ray will go up once he starts pitching. He just drops once you trade him. And so I'm perfectly fine with the way our bullpen looks. Our starting lineup for the rotation looks really well. I want to make one more trade to find that left fielder that I was looking for. And our relief, actually looking at it, looks okay for now. If we do have some trouble, I'll make a move at the deadline. But I do want to make that outfield switch, move some more roster spots around. And once I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. Alrighty, so the trade for the outfielder I'm looking for is going to be Domingo Santana is going to be joining us in Toronto. We're going to get rid of Troy Tulowitzki, who I said I was looking to move on, as well as Kendrys Morales, who's 75 overall, and he's also 34. We're also going to get rid of a starting pitcher who is 66 overall, and he's B potential, which I understand. We probably need some more pitchers, but we do have a couple more Bs in the rotation. We also have a couple Bs in the relieving spot, so we do still have some trade value to rid of. And Domingo Santana's got power, he's got contact, or decent power, decent fielding. I'm gonna stick him in left, and then just do something about these left fielders. But I'm gonna stick Domingo Santana in left, keep Pilar in center, and also have Grichuk in right. So this is the trade we're gonna be making. I'm liking it so far, the squad. So let me switch up the lineup a little bit. Let me show you the rotation and everything, and I'll catch you guys in a sec. Alrighty, so this is how our lineup is currently looking. Kevin Pilar is gonna be our leadoff hitter. I'm considering moving. Actually, I'm going to do that real quick. Devon Travis is going to lead off. He's got better contact versus righties and lefties. Then we got Kevin Pilar, Josh Donaldson at first, Justin Smoke at the DH, Vlad Guerrero Jr. at third base, who's already gone up to a 71 overall. Randall Grichuk at right. Left field is going to be Domingo Santana, and then shortstop of Bo Bichette, and then Russell Martin rounding it all off. Lefties versus DH, we're going to make the switch. We'll let Kevin Pilar lead off because he does have good contact versus lefties. So Kevin Pilar leading off, Devon Travis third or second, Donaldson third, and then we got Justin Smoke as the DH, Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Grichuk, and Domingo Santana. The lineup doesn't change for the DH or the no DH lineup, besides the fact that Justin Smoke is not in the lineup, just because I want to give Vlad Jr. and Bo Bichette as much time as possible. The rotation we've already talked about. You can see Stroman, Sanchez, Robbie Ray, Hernandez, and Jaime Garcia. The bullpen looks okay. I do want to add one arm into there, so maybe make one more trade. I'll be right back. Alrighty, said I was looking for one more relief pitcher, and I think I found him in Ramos from the Phillies. 80 overall, B potential, 25 years old. We're getting rid of a B potential shortstop, but with Bichette, I don't plan on really bringing anybody else in the shortstop spot. We're getting rid of Steve Pierce, and then we're also getting rid of Tyler Clippard, who is 33. So we're bringing in one reliever, getting rid of another, and getting rid of 2 minor leaguers for Ramos. I'm perfectly fine with this. I like this trade. It gives us another strong reliever in the bullpen. Let's do it. Now, let's look at the rotation real quick. You see, we got Barnes, who's 76, but he's got B potential, so he should develop. Tepera, 79, but C potential. We got Biagini, who's got B potential, and he's 75. Now we have Ramos, O, Loop, and Osuna. We only have one lefty in the bullpen, but I think we'll be okay, and we should be fine with that. We just look really good, really well rounded right now, and then our lineup remains the same. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline day. Alrighty, so at the trade deadline, we are 7.5 games out in the East. A little bit of a rough start so far with this season. We've had a couple injuries. I've been checking each month. Marcus Stroman's been out for about 3 years with, I think, or not 3 years, 3 months with a broken hand. We'll check the DL in a second. But as you can see, the Yankees are first in the East. We're trailing by a game and a half to the Orioles. Indians in first in the Central, Astros first in the West, and then the wild card, we're actually 5.5 games out. So we're still in it. We just need a good stroke of luck on our side. Nationals leading in the National League East. Cardinals are first in the Central West. The Dodgers and the wild card, the Cubs and the Diamondbacks have that. So you can see we're doing okay. Like I was saying, for the disabled list, one of our starters just got hurt in Jaime Garcia, and Stroman's been out for a good while with the broken hand. Like I said, we're gonna go looking into the starting rotation, and it's not looking good. Aaron Sanchez is 3-10 with a 5 ERA. I mean, that's not good to see at all. Just not good. Like, nothing's going well. I mean, how many walks does he have? Like, it's 50 walks, so he's averaging a walk every other inning. Robbie Ray's 8-7, so he's actually going down in overall, but he's one of our better pitchers, which is kind of sad to say that. Our free agent signing is 3-10. Jaime Garcia is 7-8. And then we had to bring in someone for Stroman's injury, and that's a rookie, Sean Reed Foley, who's actually doing pretty decent. 3.2 ERA and 2-1. Our bullpen is going up in overall. O is the only one that's gone down, and that's because of his age, so it might be time to move on from him. Osuna's got a under 1 ERA. Over 40 innings pitched, and that's amazing to see. Loop's he's doing okay. O, average. Ramos is doing okay. Biagini's doing okay. Tepera's doing decent, and Barnes is doing decent. So it looks like our bullpen's holding their weight. It's our starting pitchers who are just kind of dropping the ball. Maybe it's time to move on for O. He's almost dropped 10 ratings since the beginning of the season. Looking at the lineup, you can see Devon Travis is doing pretty good in this leadoff spot. 318 over 355 at bats, 39 ribbies, and 16 homers, which is on base percentage. On base percentage of 381. That's nice to see out of the leadoff spot. And he's only struck out 80 times, I think 60 times actually, which is actually really nice. Over almost 60 times in 355 at bats is not bad. Kevin Pillar's hitting 243. Would like to see that go up a little bit. Vlad Jr.'s hitting 230 almost in 327 at bats. They've took him out a couple times. Let's see how many times he's struck out. His on base percentage is 294, which isn't bad. He struck out 61 times, has about 30 walks, so that's not bad to see, but I wish he would develop a little bit quicker. Justin Smoke's doing decent, 380 at bats, 263 average. Josh Donaldson's hitting almost 300 with 25 homers and 69 ribbies. Grichuk's hitting 250. Domingo Santana's hitting 265. And Bo Bichette's hitting 240, but he's not really growing much. He's actually gone down in rating. Weird. But, I mean, he's not hitting bad at all. Our bench, Curtis Granderson's doing horrible. He's also dropped 5 ratings. Yangervis Solarte's doing decent. Reese McGuire's hitting 414 over 58 at bats. And Aledmys Diaz is hitting 277. So Curtis Granderson and O are probably out the door. Probably needs a new outfielder, and I already have the idea of who I want to bring in for the outfielder. I'm going to bring in Oscar Hernandez from the minors, see how he does in the second half of the season. If he does great, we'll keep him. If not, maybe bring in someone from free agency. And then the pitching wise, I think we're doing okay besides the starter, so maybe time for a new starter. I'm going to do a trade. I'll catch you guys in a sec. The trade we're making at the deadline is bringing in right-hander Jacob Faria, who's cold at the moment, but 24 years old, B potential, and 81 overall. We're getting rid of Alford, who's got B potential, Curtis Granderson, who's dropping, and who's just not been performing well. So we're going to make the trade, get a new starting pitcher in who should help us. We're going to bring in Faria. Henderson Alvarez has been pretty poor, so I think that's going to be our lineup for now. Foley's been performing quite well, and we also have a prospect who's been doing quite well, and he's up to a 70, and that's Baruki, lefty, who looks pretty decent. So maybe we could bring him up next season if he continues to develop. So this is the current lineup. We're going to leave. Yeah, we're going to... Andrew Case. See potential. We're going to leave... So... We're going to leave the rotation like this for now until Stroman comes back. We're kind of in a tough situation, but I'm going to see you guys at the end of the season. So before we move any further, I'm going to bring in a bullpen arm in Trevor Rosenthal. 77 overall. Definitely helps the bullpen. Let's sim now to the end of the season. Unfortunately, we didn't make the playoffs. We finished 77 and 85. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. Where are they? So Yankees clinched a spot, and we finished 20 games out. We dropped a little bit further down the standings. Indians clinched a spot in the playoffs as well. Astros won the West, and the wild card went to the Angels and the Athletics. In the National League, it went the Nationals, Cubs, Dodgers, and then the Cardinals and Diamondbacks got the National League wild card. The awards, I'm not in the way. American League, it went to JD Martinez, was the MVP. The American League was Max Scherzer. The Cy Young went to Chris Sale and Scherzer. Batting title went to Posey and Jose Ramirez. Ken Giles and Archie Bradley were reliever of the years. Rookie of the year was Garrett Cooper and Shohei Ohtani. And then Hank Aaron Award went to JD Martinez and Bryce Harper. National League Gold Gloves. Apparently we won a Gold Glove for Josh Donaldson, so that's not too bad at all. We have Diaz, who tore his MCL. But let's look at our stats for the team. 308 for Devon Travis. He's up to an 85 overall. That's really nice to see. Kevin Pillar's remained the same at an 80. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is up to a 75, which is nice to see. He finished with a 239 average, 19 homers and 64 RBIs. Not too bad for his debut season. Definitely could have been a little bit better, but up to a 75 overall, decent. Smoke hit 259. Josh Donaldson is down to a 91. He had just under 100 RBIs with a 287 average. Randall Grichuk is a 242 average, which is okay. He's sitting at a 79 overall. Domingo Santana, 267. He's 79 overall, so he's gone down a little bit. And Bo Bichette hasn't increased at all, which I don't like to see. I'm going to give him one more season. Oscar Hernandez was someone I brought up at the deadline. Yangervis, and he hit 205 and 44 at bats. Yangervis Solarte hit 259, and Reese McGuire hit 343. Oh, Russell Martin hit 227, and he's down to a 79. So maybe it's time to move on from Russell Martin. And I think otherwise the team looks decent for now. Depends on how free agency goes. We might have to make a trade or two, but that is the way it finished for the lineup. The starting lineup for the rotation went 7-11 for Stroman, 8-13 for Aaron Sanchez, 12-12 for Robbie Ray. Faria finished 7-9, and Jaime Garcia finished 9-15. Foley did decent. He finished 7-7 over the year. 4-3 for Barnes. Tepera 8-3, so he did his work. Biagini 3.77 ERA. Ramos did okay in the time he was with us. Rosenthal, decent outing. He only pitched 4 innings throughout the season, which is weird to see. Loop, decent year, 3.35 ERA, and Osuna 1.4 ERA over 57 innings and 45 saves, 11 walks as well. That is an amazing stat to see. So Osuna, top notch. Pitching definitely needs to be upgraded in the off season. So this is currently the playoff bracket. We're gonna simulate a little bit, see where we're at in the playoffs. Cleveland and Washington have 3-0 and 3-1 leads respectively. So let's see. Washington Nationals made it to the World Series. Houston's brought it back. And it's going to be a Cleveland Nationals World Series. And Cleveland's taking a 1-0 lead. Nationals brought it back. 3-2 to the Nationals. And the Nationals are the new World Series champions. So let's just sim to the offseason. We need a new pitching coach, and it is free agency time. Retired players, we didn't really lose anybody. Those are free agents. So let's see if anybody big in free agency has left. So far, no one. Pujols, but he was kind of on the decline. I'm trying to see if there's anyone young. Tim Lincecum went, but I'm trying to see if there was like anybody young that stands out. Tim Tebow's in the game. His ability was the reason he retired. So let's see. No one really, in terms of being like a standout player, it's usually for injuries if they do get retire, and then Ichiro and Albert Pujols are in the Hall of Fame. So I need a pitching coach. Okay, so our offers we're making are Josh Donaldson, 5 years, 130 million. Hold on, let me move my face cam real quick so you can see the offers in the bottom right. Josh Donaldson, 130 years over 5 years. That's the 130 million over 5 years. That's the big one. Justin Smoke, 5 years over 31 million. That's another big one. Aaron Loop, 1 year, 2.3 is not that bad. And Danny Espinosa, 2.6 for a year. We're gonna sim to free agency 1. I guess I still need a pitching coach. Alrighty, so for arbitration period, we have, or purposes, we have Osuna, 4 years, 27.5. Devon Travis, 37 over 5 years. Stroman, 45 over 5. Robbie Ray, 30 over 5. Sanchez, 30 over 5. 4.5 over 2 for Kevin Pillar. Domingo Santana, 8.5 over 3. Grichuk, 4.9 over 2. Biagini, 2 over 3 years. Tepera, 1.5 for a year because he's 31. I don't really want to offer him too much more. Yangervis Solarte was a decent bat for us this year, and he's a good, utility player. And then the rest are kind of just minor league contracts. We're going to go through the tender contracts as well real quick, so I'll catch you guys in a second. So tender contracts, we have Faria's got 1.2 over 2 years. He is 25, so we'll see how it develops. Baruchi, who's a B potential lefty, who's 72 overall. I gave him 1 year, 80,000. Guerreri, 70 C potential. He's got 1 year, 70,000. And then Sean Reed Foley, who was decent pitcher. I gave him 2 years for 90K, and I think that was the only one that really has any potential at the current moment. Ramos, I gave him a 3 year, $4.7 million contract, 4.5 over 3 years for Danny Barnes. And I think that's about it in terms of immediate potential. Catchers, again, no one really of mention. Rowdy Tellez is actually B potential and 70 overall. Looks to be a decent little first baseman, 1 year, 80,000. No second baseman who are decent. Vlad Guerrero Jr. got a 2 year, 80,000 contract. I'm keeping for him as long as possible. Shortstop Bo Bichette got the same thing, 2 years, 90,000. Ledmus Diaz got 1 year, 540. And then Ureña's got B potential, could be our new backup shortstop. 63 overall, 2 years, 1.1 million. Dwight Smith got a 2.6 for 5 years, and then I think that's it in terms of potential wise. And Teo Oscar Hernandez, 71 overall, got 5 years, 11 million, but he's got a potential, so he's definitely on my radar. Same with Dalton Pompey, 3 years, 1.7 million, and then that's it for the tender contracts. Let's look at free agency really quick. We got Altuve. Definitely, I can't afford him. I know I can't. Bryce Harper, I know I can't afford it. Ben Dozier, or Brian Dozier, sorry. Moustakas, Machado, Brantley. Who else we got here? Nate Jones, Chirinos, Brad Brock, Soria, Sean Burnett, Tyson Ross. Let's see, Nelson Cruz, Brian McCain. There's some decent little options here. Freddie Galvis isn't bad. Some decent players. Let's see if we can find any. I mean, let me look around, see what I can come up with, and I'll catch you guys in a sec. Alrighty, so I did offer a 10-year, $310 million offer to Bryce Harper. I don't think I can afford that though. So I'm kind of looking around, seeing what other offers I can offer, just because I am in need of a lot. Not a lot, but I just need just some depth. Alrighty, so I did offer Bryce Harper a max deal over 10 years. We're going to simulate a day. I don't think I can afford that. Yeah, I can't. Oh, man. I don't think I can do much in free agency, unfortunately. Okay, so a trade that I'm looking to be making right now is Justin Smoke and Russell Martin. Both one of our better players. Justin Smoke's 83. He's dropped off a little bit, and so is Russell Martin. We're going to be bringing in a potential first baseman in Ryan Healy. So I'm perfectly fine making this trade. Both have massive contracts. And Ryan Healy's contract is absolutely nothing. So it should help us with our free agency, because we just can't sign anybody right now. We just don't have the space. So now I should be able to make a little bit of a signing here or there. So let me see what I can do. Maybe work my magic, and I'll be back in a sec. I don't know what just happened, but I'm talking to the A's right now, and let me show you what I'm doing here. I got a 46 overall, a 48 overall, D potential, and B potential. For Luis Severino, we need a catcher still. As you can see, we don't have a catcher. We traded Russell Martin for the first baseman of Ryan Healy. So Severino, Jonathan Lucroy, who's a decent option for a catcher, and then I thought about bringing in Matt Olson, because Ryan Healy's decent, but obviously having him would be a little bit better. But I decided to take this guy, Jorge Mateo. He's a top 50 prospect, 73 overall, A potential. We could use him as trade value for any other position that we need, and we kind of need an outfielder. So maybe do that. So I'm gonna take this trade. I can't pass it up. Like, we get a catcher, we get a 93 overall starter. I'm not passing that trade up. I don't know what just happened. I could have taken this top 50 prospect pitcher, which probably would have been a better idea, but I can't pass that trade up. That was way too good of a trade to pass up. And now we got our catcher, we got our first baseman. I know the catcher's 32, but we need a catcher, and I don't really see anybody else that I like right now. Maybe Salvador Perez somehow, but his contract is massive. So maybe I'll try to find another catcher. If not, I'm going to try to find an outfielder. So I'll catch you guys in a sec. I'm going to make a quick swap of our catchers with the Mariners, who we made a trade with in the offseason. And we're going to get Mike Zunino, a little bit more power, not necessarily as good of a defensive catcher as Lucroy. But Lucroy is 32. He might decrease, and his contract is a lot bigger than Zunino's. And we're also getting rid of a catcher that has C potential. So Zunino, welcome to the Blue Jays. That's going to be another trade we're making. And I'd want to make one more, because I feel like we can, because we have a couple top 50 prospects that could definitely get us something good. So, one sec. Alrighty, so a trade I found was, we got that A potential prospect from the Athletics. We're going to trade him for Josh Hader, 87 overall lefty reliever. We're in a little bit of a need for some strong relief pitching. So this is definitely a move we needed to make, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Hader's got A potential, 87 overall, 24 years of age. I mean, we're getting rid of a prospect, but we don't really need him. We have Bichette. And then the other one we're getting rid of is a C potential, 60 overall player. So let's make the trade. We're looking pretty good so far. I still want an outfielder because these two and Pilar really aren't that great overall. So I kind of really want to find an outfielder. It might have to include this top 50 prospect who doesn't really have that much trade value. So we're going to have to see what we can do. I'll catch you guys in a sec. One more crazy deal. I didn't really want to do this deal at first because we are getting rid of our starting center fielder in Kevin Pilar. But 87 overall, George Springer is coming to Toronto with this crazy thing. Like, look how much 46 overall Michael Dobson gives that much trade value. Kevin Pilar, and we have to give up one of our better starting pitchers, but he's not in the starting rotation right now. And it helps with the immediate cap issue. I'm going to do it. 87 overall George Springer gives us what we need. So I'll see you guys at the start of the season, show you the lineup, show you the rotation. I'll catch you guys in a second. Beginning of the season, this is what we're looking like right-handed against the DH. Devin Travis is going to be our leadoff hitter. Bo Bichette hitting number 2. George Springer number 3. Josh Donaldson 4th. Vlad Jr. hitting 5th. Randall Grichuk, Domingo Santana, and Ryan Healy in the DH with Zunino hitting last. We got Teo Oscar Hernandez, Jan Garvis, Solarte, Reese McGuire, and Aledmus Diaz on the bench. The no DH, basically Ryan Healy goes to the bench. Left-handed DH is basically the same exact order, but Domingo Santana and Vlad Jr. switch spots. And then no DH again. Ryan Healy drops to the bench, and then Bo Bichette comes in for the shortstop position, as you can see. So there's that. Here's our pitching rotation. It looks really good besides Jacob Faria, but I see him getting up to an 80. He's still pretty young with B potential. But Robbie Ray, Aaron Sanchez, Marcus Stroman, and Luis Severino. Bullpen still could use a little bit of work, but with Josh Hader, Ramos, Osuna, almost 80s right here, and then Biagini is really the worst one. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's go win a championship. So at the trade deadline, we are unstoppable. 70-39 in first place of the American League East. Red Sox and Yankees 6 and 8 games behind us. Indians are in first of the Central. The West is held by the Astros, and the wild card, the Red Sox and the Yankees. National League, you got the East of the Phillies leading, Cubs in first of the Central, Dodgers of the West, and the Rockies and Cardinals hold the wild card. We currently have the best record in baseball. We've been very healthy this year. I think our longest injury was 2 weeks. So fingers crossed it stays that way. Let's look at the pitching rotation. Severino's been doing exactly what we needed him to do. 11-3 with a 2.69 ERA over 137 innings pitched with 139 strikeouts. Stroman 11-7, 3.88 ERA. Like, he's killing it. Aaron Sanchez is basically our worst pitcher. He's not doing too good, but he's somehow still going up in overall. Robbie Ray's doing amazing, 10-2, and Jacob Faria is 10-2 as well. Like, our starting pitching besides Aaron Sanchez is killing it, and even he's going up in rating. Joe Biagini's done pretty solid over 84 innings. He's got 3.4 ERA. Even his strikeouts and walks, like, he's walking 1 every 4 innings that he's been pitching, which is solid to see. He's also got more strikeouts than he did last year, and he hasn't even come close to his innings yet. Trevor Rosenthal's doing solid. He's got a 3.46 ERA over 39 innings pitched. Tepera's doing pretty solid, under 3 for his ERA with 61 innings pitched with over a strikeout an inning. Danny Barnes is doing solid. His ERA is amazing, almost a strikeout an inning, 30 walks. Like, he's doing pretty solid. Hader's doing okay, but he's basically our only lefty, so he probably gets used. You know, he's been used under 30 innings, but he's over a strikeout an inning. His ERA is decent. Ramos is doing okay, and Osuna's not as good as last year, but he's still solid, 2.32 ERA. You can see the lineups changed a little bit. Ryan Healy for some reason is playing third, and Josh Donaldson still at first. But Devon Travis is hitting 265. Yangervis Solarte 257. Josh Donaldson 318. So he's doing amazing. Springer's doing solid 282. Teo Oscar Hernandez is playing decent. He's up to an 80 overall, which is great to see. George Springer's almost a 90. But Hernandez is hitting 260. Grichuk's hitting 272. Domingo Santana's hitting 300. And Ryan Healy's hitting 245 with Zunino 234. On the bench, 300 for McGuire, who's, not bad for 86 at-bats. Aledmus Diaz is hitting 269 over 100 at-bats. Bo Bichette's hitting 239 with 300 at-bats. And Guerrero Jr. is hitting 315. 315! And for some reason, he is not starting this month. The CPU took him out, which I do not understand because he is on fire. So I've been using him as a DH for certain games just because he is pretty solid. And having Ryan Healy on a bat is nice as well. And Bo Bichette's been kind of here and there just because Solarte's been hitting well. And then they've been kind of going back and forth which one is doing better. So Solarte's kind of on a cold streak and Bichette's on a hot streak. So I'm going to swap them out. I usually pause in between every month just so that I make sure there's no injuries, make sure that the lineup's the right way, because the CPU does change the lineup from time to time. So I want to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. So this is the lineup. Teo Oscar Hernandez needs to start, but I don't know if he can. He can. Grichuk is a good defensive option. So we just have too many good options right now. That's crazy. And Guerrero's up to an 80. So let's see how it goes at the end of the season. I'll catch you guys then. But this team looks unstoppable at the moment. At the trade deadline, I can't let Aron Sanchez stick around anymore. He's not pulling his weight. We're going for you, Darvish. They need one more small piece. So I'm going to see if I can offer him like someone small. There we go. I'm just going to offer him two. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. There. I'm going to offer him Hector Hernandez and Aron Sanchez for you, Darvish. I know he's 32. This is our last push for a World Series. We got to do it. Like, that lineup looks too deadly to pass up. You, Darvish, is in the squad. Let's do this. As you can see, we finished 103 and 59 and won our division. The regular season has come to an end. Let's go and check out our disabled list. We did have one massive injury. Josh Donaldson tore his finger ligament. He's been out for about a month and a half. So this is kind of a bummer because he was doing pretty solid. He had a 314 average, as well as 31 homers and 71 RBIs. So he was definitely a contributor to the squad. But let's look at the awards. Giancarlo won the American League MVP, and Anthony Rizzo won the NL. Clayton Kershaw won the Cy Young for the National League. Chris Sale for the American League. Mike Trout batting title, as well as Anthony Rizzo. Reliever went to Brad Hand and Craig Kimbrell. Rookie of the Year, Franklin Perez and Corbin Burns. Rizzo won the Hank Aaron Award, and this is the Gold Glove, so I'm not too worried about that. League leaders. Let's see, we got anybody on the league leaders list? Domingo Santana hit almost 300. That's good to see. Anybody else? George Springer. So it seems like our bats kind of tailed off towards the end of the year. Hits wise, I don't see anybody for us up here. At bats, again, nobody for us. George Springer had 39 doubles, which is good to see. Nobody else. Triples, Devon Travis had 7. Home runs, George Springer had 34. Josh Donaldson has been out for a while, and he finished with 31. Joey Gallo had 45 for the year. He plays for the Twins now. George Springer had 117 RBIs. Domingo Santana had 100. George Springer had 94 runs. Stolen bases, no one really from our team. Vlad Guerrero had 18. Junior, of course. Springer had 76 walks. Domingo Santana had 73. Domingo Santana had a 384 on base percentage. George Springer had a 374. George Springer had a 547 slugging. Looks like Domingo Santana and George Springer really carried the squad. Once Josh Donaldson left, George Springer had a pretty good OPS. Pitching wise, let's get into this. Robbie Ray finished with 16 wins, Severino finished with 16, and Faria finished with 14. 3 losses for Jacob Faria and 4 for Robbie Ray, 6 for Severino and 7 for Darvish. Where's Stroman? Stroman's not even anywhere close. Saves, Osuna finished 1 off Davinsky. He had 48. ERA wise, Severino finished with a 2.84 and a 2.89 for Faria. Darvish had 17 homers allowed, which is decent to see. Faria had 18 and Robbie Ray had 18. Any shutouts for us? Darvish had 1. Severino had 216 strikeouts and 214 for Darvish, 206 for Robbie Ray. Complete games, Darvish had 2. Okay. And that's about it for that. Standings wise, you can see we won the East by 9 games. Indians won the Central. The West went to the Astros, and the Yankees and Red Sox had the wild card. The National League East was won by the Mets. The Cubs won the Central. The West was the Dodgers, and the wild card went to the Rockies and Diamondbacks. And of course, we had the best record in the majors. Pitching wise, 16-6 for Severino with a 2.84 ERA. Over 205 innings. That is amazing with 216 strikeouts. 162 strikeouts for Stroman. He finished 14-4. Not that great. 4.49 ERA. Darvish finished 14-7, 214 strikeouts over 206 innings and a 3.36 ERA. 3.84 ERA, 206 strikeouts over 168 innings pitched for Robbie Ray. So he didn't pitch a lot, but he still struck out a crazy amount and only had 77 walks. That's phenomenal stats. And then Faria, our lowest rated pitcher, has one of the best stat lines for our starting rotation. Our bullpen looks like they did solid. Biagini, 119 innings pitched, 101 strikeouts, and a 3.61 ERA. That is nuts. He finished with like 40 innings less. Yeah, like 50 innings less than Robbie Ray, and he just did amazing. Rosenthal had a 5 ERA. Tepera had a 3.36. Barnes, 100 innings for him as well. He finished with a 2.81 ERA, so he did better than Biagini. That is nuts. Josh Hader pulled it back. He had like almost a 5 ERA at the deadline. He's down to a 3.6 ERA. Ramos is at a 4.17 over 36 innings. And then Osuna, pretty solid. 48 saves, 60 innings pitched, had 54 strikeouts, 17 walks. Not bad at all. Let's look at the lineup. On the bench, Solarte hit 254, 288 for Reese McGuire, and Aledmus Diaz hit 255. Devon Travis hit 268, not too bad. Bo Bichette hit 243. Let's look at Devon Travis's on-base percentage. He was at a 305, which isn't too bad. Bo Bichette's up to a 76 now. He hit 11 homers and 38 RBIs. He had a 329 on-base percentage, which is good to see. Ryan Healy, in the absence of Josh Donaldson, played first. He did okay, 245 average with a 308 on base. 91, George Springer hit 283, 34 homers and 117 RBIs. That is awesome to see for this addition. Teo Oscar Hernandez played pretty well. 283 average, 50 ribbies, and 16 homers. And he had 406 at bats. So, I mean, he had a pretty good season. He had a 340 on base percentage, a 461 slugging percentage. Not bad at all. He did strike out a lot. So he had 406 at bats. So he struck out 1 in every 4 at bats. Not amazing. Are you guys gonna be able to see that real quick? Yeah, you guys can see that. Randall Grichuk's up to an 83. He had a pretty solid season as well. Almost 30 homers, almost 100 RBIs, 320 on base percentage, 477 slugging percentage. He struck out a decent amount to Domingo Santana. He's up to an 83. He played really well, almost a 300 average. He had a 384 on base percentage. Vlad Guerrero Jr. dropped a little bit in overall, but he killed it this year. And then Mike Zunino played pretty well as well. So we had a pretty solid lineup, and the bracket is there. We are going to be playing the winner of the Yankees and Red Sox. Ooh, okay. Let's see who we play. We are playing the Yankees. Okay, let's do this. Alrighty, let's do this. Yankees, Blue Jays, Luis Severino, Sonny Gray, and we take the win 4-0 in the first game. There we go. Stroman, Tanaka, we get a win. We're looking solid. Away now, Yu Darvish, Jordan Montgomery, we get the win. We're moving on, and we're taking on the Indians or the Astros. We're gonna be taking on the Astros, and it's Astros, Toronto in the ALCS, NLCS of the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Ooh, okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, Robbie Ray. Okay, we got the first win. Jacob Faria, one of the better pitchers of the season, gets us. Hey, we are on fire. We're moving to Houston now. Severino, 3-0, and we sweep both series so far, and we're taking on the Diamondbacks or the Dodgers. And Donaldson's back, and we're taking on the Dodgers. I'm bringing back Donaldson. Donaldson's coming back to the roster. Okay, let's do this. Yu Darvish, Clayton Kershaw. I just spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out why Josh Donaldson was not in the lineup. Can't figure it out. So we're gonna have to do this without one of our best players. Let's do it. Come on. Take the loss first game. Come on, Robbie Ray. Let's bring it back. We do. Okay. 2-1 lead. Luis Severino, our ace. Let's do this, man. 1.29 ERA. Can we do it right here? You know what? We are going to quick manage this game, and we're gonna rock some cool unis just in case we get the celebration in this game. Let's go with. We're going with these ones. We're quick managing the game so that you know, if we we get the win, we can see the celebration. Here we go. Devon Travis, start us off right. Pop out. Okay. Bo Bichette, strike out. All right. Ryan Healy, ground out. Not good. D. Gordon's up for the Dodgers. Okay. Ground out. Justin Turner, we walk him. Not good. Corey Seager picks off Justin Turner at first, and we get an error. Not good, but we do get out of the inning. George Springer, come on, man. Let's do this. Pop out. Alrighty. Domingo Santana strikes out, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. strikes out. Uh-oh. But, oh, no. No. Come on, Zunino. We need someone to turn it around. Okay, Stroman gets our first hit of the game. Doubles. We bring one back. Come on, Bichette. Oh, no. Ryan Healy, come on. We need this hit, and we don't. But, all right. We're doing okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3 innings. Springer flies out, and walks. You know what? Come on, Zunino. Strikes out. Single, stolen base. Grounds out, and we pop out. All right, no damage done there. Heading into the 5th, we need some base runners. Come on. We got to do something. Bo Bichette, 1 for 2 on the day. Can we make it? Okay. Ryan Healy, maybe a homer. A triple. Equalizes in the 6th inning. There we go. Come on, Springer. Bring the man home. Let's go for the sac fly. We get it. 3-2. Domingo Santana had a really good season. Strikes out there, but we're up. Vlad Guerrero Jr. walks. 2 outs. Zunino strikes out. Alrighty, 6th inning. Let's go. Let's get out of this, Stroman. This is probably your last inning. There we go. We get out of the inning. Randall Grichuk is up. 0 for 2 on the day. He grounds out. You know what? We're going to pinch hit. And we're going to use Teo Oscar Hernandez. He doubles. Yes. There we go. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Come on. Pitching change. Okay. Error. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Come on, Bo Bichette. We need this. Flies out. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Ryan Healy, we need this insurance run. And he strikes out. Let's make the pitching change. We're going to bring in Hader. And he gets Jock Peterson out. He's facing a lefty. Strikes him out. And they're leaving in the pitcher. So, oh no. Chase Headley flies out. There we go. George Springer's up. Come on, man. Pitching change. Flies out. Okay, Domingo Santana walks. Vlad Guerrero Jr. doubles. Scores a run. Yes. There we go. Vlad Jr. carrying the team here. And Grichuk walks. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. And we get out of the inning. All right, D. Gordon. Hader, you're going to pitch to D. Gordon. You're going to get him out. And we are going to pitching. We're not doing this right now. Ramos come in, strikes him out, and grounds out. Here we go. Top of the 9th. Kenley Jansen's coming in for them. Flies out. Single. Ryan Healy, come on. Strikes out. George Springer. Triples. There we go. 3 runs. Top of the 9th. Domingo Santana strikes out, but that's okay. Alrighty, so we brought in Osuna to face Bellinger. Pops him out. Alright, Yasiel Puig's up now. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, 3-1 lead. Strikes him out. Jock Peterson. I do want to see the game and I want to see the celebration. We're entering this game. Here we go. Jock Peterson's up. There we go. This is crazy right now. 2 outs. 1 win away from the series. 1 strike away from the series. This is nuts. Do we do it right here? Fouls it off. Whew. 0-2. Fouls it off again. Come on. Quit. Stop. Just let me win. Let me enjoy this moment. Catch it. What? Why did you catch it? We've done it. We did it. Woo! World Series champions, Toronto Blue Jays. Vlad Guerrero doing some damage. Absolutely crazy. The first time I won the World Series in a rebuild, and it's with Vlad Guerrero Jr., Donaldson, and these Toronto Blue Jays. Holy cow, this is insane. We're gonna, we made crazy trades, crazy moves, and it worked out because this team we built is probably the best one that I've ever had. So as you can see, we are the champions, Toronto Blue Jays, new World Series champions. That's awesome. So that's it. Let's see who the player of the game was. Osuna. Vlad Guerrero Jr. had a double and an RBI in a crazy crucial situation. That's just crazy situation that Guerrero Jr. had. And as you can see, we won 5-2. World Series champs. So that is gonna wrap it up. We're gonna see the postseason stats for the Dodgers, for us real quick. See how everybody performed in the game. We won the World Series. Let's check it out. Devon Travis hit 333 during the postseason. Pretty solid. Bichette hit 306. All right. Healy hit 340. Springer hit 279. Oscar Hernandez hit 289. Grichuk hit 239. Domingo Santana didn't do too great. He hit 128. Guerrero Jr. 256 and a clutch RBI. And as you can see, Zunino didn't do that great either. Solarte didn't get a postseason at bat, nor did McGuire. And Aledmus Diaz hit 2 times and he had a 500 average. So that's crazy. Pitching rotation, Severino, amazing. Stroman, amazing. Yu Darvish, our only loss throughout the entire postseason. Robbie Ray did decent, and so did Faria. Bullpen, he didn't appear. Rosenthal, okay. Tepera did amazing, didn't allow a run over 7 innings. Barnes, a 1.23 ERA. Hader didn't allow a run over 7 innings. Ramos, no runs. And Osuna, no runs. That was an amazing run by us in the playoffs. Only 1 loss and that came in the very first game of the playoffs. Otherwise, a complete sweep of the Houston Astros and the Yankees. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. This team was insane. And as you can see, World Series champs. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's quickly see who was the award for the postseason MVP. And that, oh, wait. World Series MVP. And that is George Springer, who hit 316. So there it is, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a like. Subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comment section other players you would, or other teams you would like for me to rebuild. I got my eyes on a couple, so definitely let me know. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace. Yes.